What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Kool coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and I'm back with a prediction video for this weekend's upcoming fight taking place in Los Angeles, California, between Abner and Leo Santa Cruz. This fight has been in the making for the last 2 or 3 years. It had a bump in the road when my boy Abner took a upset loss at the hands of Johnny Gonzalez via second round KO, where he was knocked down twice. If anybody is familiar with Gonzalez, and if you're a boxing fan, you should be. The man can punch with both hands. And he raced Abner, and I was completely shocked, like a lot of more boxing fans. But let's get into it. Abner is one of my favorite fighters. One of my favorite fighters. His willingness to face anyone, anytime. You got to rematch him, he'll do that too. You got to love that about him. Not just that, he's a skilled guy. He's not the biggest puncher, but he can punch. He is a relentless pressure fighter who can box, has a solid jab, can counter, but he loves to fight on the inside, work the body. And his resume is impressive. He's fought and knocked out Daniel Ponce de Leon, Marino, Eric Morel, Vic Darchinyan, Yanni Perez, Joseph Ibeco twice. I mean, he's fought pretty much everyone around and in his division. And, like I said, he was set back against Johnny Gonzalez. But he bounced back with wins over Jonathan Cueto. I forget the other guy's name. And in his last fight, I don't know if he's all the way back. He didn't look so impressive in his last fight, but he did win a unanimous decision. Like I said, he's a skillful fighter, a prideful fighter, an exciting fighter, and he's just somebody that I love to watch fight. One of my favorite fighters, as I said before. Now let's look at his opponent, Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz, coming up the ranks, had high hopes. He was getting praised early on in his career. You know, he's another action fighter. He throws 100+ punches around. He works the body. He goes up top. His jab is hit and miss. I mean, he's not the most skillful guy, but he definitely has skills. But his competition has been lackluster, to say the least. He's fought Victor Terranez, if I pronounce his name right. Eric Morel. So him and Abner have a common opponent. In Morel. And I mean, He really regressed. He's really regressed. We thought he was accelerating onto bigger and better things, bigger and better competition, but that didn't happen. He had an offer to face Rigondeaux when he was with Golden Boy. It didn't happen. Al Haymon bought out his contract from Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, and he's been fighting lackluster opposition ever since. You start to question his willingness to be great and to be, a legendary fighter. Yeah, he's making his money. Al Haymon does that, but it's hurting his legacy. And I don't even know if you can call it a legacy, because he really, like I said, other than Morel and a few other guys who are quality fighters, he really hasn't had that one key matchup and one key victory to say, you know what, he got superstar written all over him. The questions still linger, and he's not helping himself. Now, finally stepping up, which you got to applaud, but is it too little too late in terms of, this fight? Because we don't know which Mares we're going to get. Not to say Mares is inconsistent, but I believe that Gonzalez knockout took something out of him, because he hasn't looked himself, But I'm hoping that he's found his niche again, and that he's rearing to go and ready to put on one hell of a show, because this fight has fight of the year written all over it. Both of these guys are come forward fighters. Both work the body unrelentlessly. Both throws a lot of punches. Like I said, Leo Santa Cruz throws more punches than Mares, but Mares is a better counter puncher, the better boxer, so he can do more things in the ring. He can brawl, he can counter, or he can box. So he's the favorite in my opinion. And like I said, he's fought the better competition. I don't need to re-say the names. He's fought the better competition. He was in the Super 4 tournament back in a few years ago, where he won that. I mean, he's just a terrific fighter. Leo Santa Cruz had a chance to fight Carl Frampton. when Carl Frampton was the mandatory, but he said he would fight him, but you know what happened. He didn't fight him. He says he will fight anybody, anytime, but, that's, proven to be a lie. Yes, he's fighting Abner Mares, but I feel that he's fighting Abner Mares because he feels that Abner Mares is, declining. But for my prediction, I'm going with my boy Abner Mares, and this is an unbiased pick. I just look at both fighters. I look at what both fighters do well and what both fighters don't do well, and I look at Abner Mares as being the more complete fighter in this matchup. He can do more. He got more tools in the toolbox, more tricks up his sleeve, and I think that he's gonna stop Leo Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is not going to be able to deal with the skills in the pressure. He might be able to deal with the pressure. It's one thing that where he was getting hit by these smaller guys and still coming because they were either they could punch but they were too small, or they couldn't punch, they weren't as talented, and they were overwhelmed. But he's going up against a contender, a guy who's battle tested, who knows what to do to get the job done. And I believe that Abner Mares returns in a big way, stopping Leo Santa Cruz in the 9th round. I just really feel it. I haven't been impressed with Leo Santa Cruz as of late, and I just think that he's regressed. He hasn't evolved as a fighter, and it's on him and his team. He fights down to the competition. His power has kind of decreased, even though he wasn't a monstrous puncher at 118, 115, 118. 118 and 122. But his power is kind of like, it's not there. Although he works the body a lot, it kind of gets stoppages, and here and there in some of these fights, it's just not there. And I think that Mares' power kind of surprised people when he knocked out Daniel Ponce de Leon. It definitely surprised me. I picked him to win that fight, but I didn't think that he would stop him. He knocked him down twice, and I think his power is much better at featherweight than Leo Santa Cruz will be and has been. And I think that it's going to be a good fight, great fight. But I think that Mares turns the clock back and stops Leo Santa Cruz in 9 rounds and moves on to bigger and better things. And what this potential loss, or the loss I'm predicting for Leo Santa Cruz, do to him, who knows? We have to wait and see how the fight plans out. But it's really put up a shutter for Leo Santa Cruz. He's taking the training wheels off in this fight, and we're going to really see what he's made of, because we know what Mares is made of, or what we knew what Mares was made of. There's a lot of questions in this going into this fight. Is Mares the same guy since the Gonzalez loss? Is Leo Santa Cruz overrated, or is he just been waiting for the perfect opponent, elite opponent, to step up and showcase his skills? We will find out this Saturday night on ESPN on PBC, live in Los Angeles, California, where these two guys will get it on and put on a hell of a show. So my prediction again is Abner Mares 9th round KO over Leo Santa Cruz, and a Fight of the Year candidate type fight. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what's your prediction. Like this video, thumbs it up. Comment, subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Head over to our Facebook page. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Colossal CBT. Keep supporting us. I know we've been lagging on the videos, but we're gonna get that turned around shortly. But like I said, leave your predictions in the comment section, and I will reply to each and every one of you guys and girls. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.